Right, so got to be checking, make sure that everything's going. There we go, Project Zomboid live. Am I saying something though? And how far behind the chat am I? Never mind. So what I'll do, I'll just press that there. Okay, hi there, welcome to What Geek It Is, I Saz, and as you can see on this Maparoony right here, we are in Rosewood, is it? Rosewood, I believe, yeah. There's a prison around here somewhere. I'm still in admin mode, so I need to get out of that. Doop, boop, 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 and boop. Right. So, we have pretty much used this area here, if I remember correctly, as a stop-off point. Because we're currently dealing with zombies, and unfortunately, we're certainly in that scream situation, at least. I can hear zombies outside. Right, let's go into sneak mode. There's been many a time when this shop has been used as a base for myself. And what I want to do right now is just make 100% sure that that noise I can hear, there they are. I'm still dismantling digital watches for electric sport for some strange reason. So I don't think any more have got round the back there. Now the one nice thing is there's some ambulances here, which can either be hot wired and taken. Don't know if I can get into them though. That's a good question. First, let's ask the question first. Can we get in? We can with that one. No key. Let's check the engine on this. Oh, that's actually quite a good. The problem is the tyres and the rear door, apparently. But it's not a major issue. I actually have the key for this one, apparently. The lock is broken on that side. There's also a little bit of... Okay. Well, I suppose I could take the door off this one and... Don't worry about the cheat stuff. Okay. I could probably take the door off that one and put it on that one. And that's pretty much ready to go. I just want to make sure that this area around here is fairly clear. I think, did I? Yeah, I think I may have already gone into the garage area here and recognised that there's stuff that can and should be had. Did I just... I thought I saw movement over there. It could have been the tree. Or it could have been a zombie walking across my range of sight. So what all I'm doing right now is just get myself reacquainted with the area. I'll get the rest of these guys, if I can see them. Just the two, that's good. Okay. Right, down those two go. Good stuff. That's quite worrying. That one had cigarettes and a doll. Now, I wonder if I need to bring the van over here. Here, protect his spare engine parts. That's going to be quite good. Performance type standard, regular type heavy duty. Tell you what we're going to do. We are going to take the car out. The van, and we're just going to reverse the van into the mechanics. As you do. Okay, just got to be careful about the amount of stuff I do, but I will probably get the jack. I might leave that tyre for later. Want the lug wrench. Definitely want the propane torch. these in the back. So I think that guy's satchel. Nope. Good. Nothing in there. I think it's probably what all she wrote for that particular part, but I just thought it was just clothing in here. That's fine. Oh, we've got some friends outside, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop around the back, so to speak. We'll leave the van in here, send it to cover, out the way. In fact, what I can do as well, shut the gate. Right, we've got some zombies to kill. Here, zombies, zombies. Right, well, it's got a couple to be attracted, maybe the one group. Just need to be a little bit careful, because obviously I don't have that much in the way of weaponry. It's fine, love. You come all on by yourself. Still going to end the same way. Me crushing your head with my foot. Right. Three of them coming. That's a little bit different. I think this one here is actually the fastest. It's a bit windy out, is it? Okay. I do have my machete, don't I? That is true. Down you go, mate. Well, so I think we went to the pizza shop, which ended up setting an alarm off last week, didn't it? Which was a fun exercise, and I think I may have lost myself a large group of zombies around the hotel. Which does mean there's a good possibility that there's a large group of zombies hiding around here somewhere. Or maybe not even hiding. Zombies don't need to hide, really. There's a couple up here. Let's deal with them. I'd rather keep my general area safe. So, if it means me having to smack a few heads in, that's fine. Well, there's some a screwdriver in their head, didn't they? Only because there's 2 digital watches. I've also got a hand axe as well, so I'm not... Oh, you're right. How are you doing, buddy? You right? Is it long time no see? I don't think I can't remember speaking to you for a while. Oh, large group down there. That might be the large group that chased me off last week. But we still have to deal with them. I'm wondering, actually, if I really should... Yeah, it's been a while, mate, yeah. Let's do a bit of repairing on the old machete here. Me too. Me too. I've had COVID as well. The wife decided to bring it into the household from her workplace. Because all the regulations have kind of changed now. So we're... and of course tests aren't free anymore. So less people are testing. So it's a lot easier to grow it, but it's out of the way now. 6 or so months of immunity, hopefully. Yeah, I think the worst thing that happened to me really was I was just coughing up phlegm and snot and all that. For me, that was the worst part of it, and yeah, the tiredness as well. It was just like a very bad flu, really. It just frustrates me because I managed to avoid it for 2.5 years, and literally my wife goes out to work for the first time on the day and gets it. Oosh. $70. Jesus Christ. You can see why people don't bother then, don't you? Yeah, yes, it has become endemic now rather than pandemic. So yeah, it is one of those learn to live with it. I might end up getting my booster shots at some point in the future, but at the moment they're still going for the older people. Right. I'm kind of overusing my machete now, aren't I? There's another group over here that needs dealing with. Well, not needs dealing with, but I'm going to deal with them anyway because it's funny. I'm actually quite surprised in America because I know the almighty dollar is the deciding factor in most decisions, and especially with Medicare and stuff like that. Is that because your insurance pays, that's why your bills are so big, sort of thing, and that's why you need insurance. It's just people making money just for money's sake, sort of thing. I'm kind of half thinking that there's going to be one of these things where you're going to have to take a COVID test, but you're not going to get a free one. You've got to pay for one. Which means that somebody has obviously lobbied the politicians to force you to pay for something so that they get the money for it. You know me, I do like smacking a few heads in, I must say. No alarm's gone off. Right, can I hear... Can't hear any rasping. No, we're going to have a lot of rotten fruit here, which would make great for a composter. I do say. Oh, I can hear him now. Oysters. Interesting. Didn't think you cooked oysters, to be honest. Now these guys around the back, cost of everything is making rich much richer now. A gallon of milk was about $3 a gallon about a year ago. It's over $5 a gallon. Well, yeah. Doesn't help that Russia's come along and played their merry tune, is it? Either. I think they're outside, to be honest, those zombies. And it does sound like quite a few of them. Right. Yeah. When I went over there, it was very much a thing that I'd noticed. Hello, John. Zag. How you doing? It is like The Sims with zombies, yeah. Going to make... Oh, Christ. They got through there quite quickly. That's a large group, isn't it? Ah! Right, time to make some more friends. I love my machete. There are many like this machete, but this one's mine. Interestingly enough, I very much appreciate The Sims is fun. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't bought an EA game for a good 30 years now. I guess it mostly has to do with the fact I've had to put up with a dickery for so long. Where the hell's that banging on? Hello? It might be upstairs. No, EA became just a multifaceted glory hound destructor buddy when a long time ago. Very much like Games Workshop as well. I used to buy loads of stuff when I was a kid. Used to love to make my armies and all that lot. As some of you know, I'm into my model painting, and Games Workshop was probably Citadel Miniatures was the one that most people went for. But just the way they treat their customers, and you know, the rules being changed just to sell another thing. So basically what would happen was, when they had a new product come out, they'd modify the rules to make that particular group fairly unbeatable. And so you either bought the thing or you lost, and those were your two choices. Oh god, Nestle as well, yeah. I found out that L'Oreal's owned by Nestle, and the Monsanto as well. That's the other big one. Those are the ones that own Cadbury's and pretty much ruin the taste of the chocolate for the rest of the generation. Excuse me if I don't talk for a while. Just getting my bitch slapping on. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that EA have done which has basically put me off ever buying an EA game again, and a lot of it had to do with not only SimCity but Spore. I fucked Spore up no end as well. Are they upstairs here? Is that what's gone on? Ah. I've got a bathroom bunny here. Up with the one. Right, so I think that's going to be, hopefully, the end of all the banging. And the water bottle must be full. Okay. Ah, you're here to participate, boys. Here to hang, here to talk. It's always nice to have a chat with people while you're playing a game. It does become one of the most pleasant parts when you're streaming. You know, sometimes, as much fun as it is to create VODs and stuff like that, and put content out onto YouTube and stuff, sometimes you do like to have a discussion with people about topics of the day and let people have their say. Like the other thing, I suppose, is the other major point of contention is the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. I keep trying my best not to say turd, but it's and some of the comedy that's come out of that is just brilliant. It's like there's the new Me Poo movement. Yeah. Hi, Kabuma. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. I've got a lot of food here. So that might make... This might need a second go with the van. As I suspect there's going to be quite a bit back here as well. Yeah. So it might just be a question of if I can find myself a... Oh god, yes, it is. It is comedy, isn't it? Really, it's like two of the world's most famous people. Well, one of them's the most famous person, the other one's just a person who shits on a bed. But that being said, you know, just having them air their dirty laundry in public, it's sad, yet entertaining at the same time. And that Rottenborn bloke, it's quite interesting to see that I remember watching him object to his own statement or something, his own question. It's just like, you can't object to your own question. You ask the question. He's so used to shouting objection hearsay, he just completely forgotten that he wasn't actually cross-examining. He was cross-examining the person, but not actually sitting in the on the opposite side of the thing. Gross incompetency. But from what I understand is that it has taken absolute years to get there, because apparently they've been stalling for God knows how long. Oh, absolutely, John. That's the way to do it. I mean, the simple fact is that whoever came up with Me Poo needs a fucking medal, man. That is funny as fuck. And what's also funny as fuck is watching the self-righteous people who love to campaign on things getting a bit upset about Elon Musk buying Twitter. That makes me very happy. I might actually start using Twitter again now. Now I know that this thing called free speech, which is something I'm very, very much aligned with. But that makes you a Nazi, says. Well, I hate to put this to you, but the Nazi Party had stopped existing after the Second World War, because the Nazi Party stands for the National Socialists. What you're trying to tell me is I'm a fascist, which is a completely different subject. And so, yeah, don't use the term Nazi, because you just sound like a fucking idiot. Sorry, did that slip out? There's a person trying to break in. I can hear it. It must be downstairs. It must be a back room or something downstairs. Because the problem is with the way things work in this game is that the up and down sounds, the zombies know which ones are up and down, but you bloody well don't. Is it in Book Naked? Is that what we're looking at? Book Naked here. To be honest, Rail, I'm not that surprised. I mean, the guy had basically he was just verging on their reaction before he did anything. You know, he bought 9%, looked how they reacted, decided that yeah, this is probably because his whole thing is he's like me. I totally agree with the fact that you know, if you're running a tech platform, you need to make sure that everybody gets their say, not just the people that you want to say. Because the fact is that you can't learn your conditions and your opinions are correct until you test it against everybody else and other people's opinions. And then basically saying, I don't want to hear your opinion, which is pretty much what Twitter does. It's not really engendering a fair system of discussion. And so I'm totally with Elon on that one. Honestly, if I had his billions, I'd have done the same. And probably done it in the same way as well. Because I think he obviously understands how, you know, companies and shit work. Oh, crap. Let me run. And, I mean, the guy knows what he's doing, and are you surprised that a load of San Francisco hippies just ended up succumbing straight to his intelligence straight away, and in the most comedic way at all? The only reason I was going to start a Twitter was Norm Macdonald. Yeah, Norm Macdonald, what a man. What a man. After the Twitter sale, I wonder what will change in the terms of service. Well, I don't think there's going to be that much in the way of wholesale changes. I think more going to be on the way that the service is moderated, I think. Because don't forget, for terms of service, you just basically got to not do anything illegal, really. I mean, it's been far too long that people have used, you know, the tech platform for hurting other people, maliciously hurting other people as well. That's the thing. I think someone also did a thing about Twitter as well, wasn't it? The other thing he said he was going to do is get rid of all the bots, because apparently the one of the major issues with Twitter is that 90% of them don't actually have a human thing. You know, once someone decides they want to end somebody, they just get all the bots to. Oh, hello, the bride's in here. He was a pistol. Well, that's so what the Germans want you to believe. I think my favourite joke actually of Norm Macdonald's was the one where he made a joke that obviously said that women were stupid, and he says, yeah, you're all laughing there, but what if I told you that this was written by a woman? Yeah, you don't know what to think now, do you? I'm only joking. We don't employ women here. Well, if anyone can, it's Elon. I mean, that guy's got shit into space. And I mean, as an avid fan of Kerbal Space Program, rocket science isn't terribly hard, But rocket engineering, that's a completely different story. Oh yeah, it's in here. It quite amused me that the Russians decided that they're not going to be selling any more of their engines to America. And it was like, old Elon Musk came back and said, yeah, we've kind of gone well past that particular rocket. Only a couple are ever used nowadays. Bots are difficult to do anything about. Just look at any video game or other platform. Nah. Well, I mean, obviously there are some things you can do. I mean, and I suppose that's probably what you're... I mean, there was a guy complaining about worrying about his job because he's the toxic opinion editor or something like that. It's like, well, basically your job is to censor people, and basically Elon Musk has said that he doesn't want Twitter to be a censorship. So yeah, your job is in fucking danger, mate. But it doesn't mean that you don't get offered another position doing another role. Just because you can't turn around and tell people what they can and can't think anymore. And that's what it's really about. Whoa. That's what it's really about. Is a lot of these people have got too comfortable being able to lord it over people and tell people what they can and can't think. And, you know, those days are now pretty much over. But there's an old saying in wrestling, you know, be careful who you step on the ladder up. Because they'll be there on the way back down. Ah, well, it's the whole point of Delta V, basically. Start small, and if you're unable to, more boosters. That's the general thing. More boosters is the general response to KSP. Maybe I want to do a thing. I have rebought it on Steam recently, so I do have it from the original thing. One thing I wasn't very good at was doing the calculated jumps from planet to planet. I could get a ship into orbit quite easily. And I've really never quite got gravity assists as well as I should have, but... I've got a horrible feeling they're all in here. More boosters. Yeah. Hello. Seems like... oh. I have a friend down here. I will take your nightstick. Which means I can replace the other nightstick. It, like school, also teach you about golden rule. Treat the other way. Yeah. What's the silver rule? I think the silver rule is just don't be a dick. I mean, I love that song. It's okay to not like things. It's okay, but don't be a dick about it. It's okay to not like things. Don't be a dick about the things you don't like. Press on. Live by it every day. It's like being arrested for robbing a bank and getting mad at the people who reported it. Pretty much, yeah. I'm anxiously awaiting another Moskva moment. I think Ukraine needs another good old shafting to Russia. To the Russian politics, by the way, not the Russian people. Make that very, very clear. Nobody wants to see anybody in any sort of pain. Oh, hello. Whoop. Go on then. I guess my little shout did bring a few people to the yard. Or was there someone in here? There might have been someone in there. Let me get this corridor cleared first. Get these doors open. Treaters like trash, expect to come. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And usually, I mean, I suppose we're kind of. We're kind of now in the generation of comeuppance now, because I mean Russia's been dicking around everybody for a long time, and I think they've picked on the wrong people, totally picked on the wrong people. I mean, just even if they manage to achieve whatever they're going to go, do you think? I don't think Ukraine are going to stop. Not until they get their sovereignty back. So, you know. I mean, they've dicked up so much, even China are kind of like going, ooh, yeah, I ain't touching that with a fucking barge pole, mate. Maybe we better not be making overtures about Korea now. I shouldn't get fired from my job for screaming death threats at randos in public on my free time. Yeah. I'm allowed to break the law if it's morally justifiable. Yeah. No. There must be some upstairs. Again, that I've missed. There must be one of these then. Let me have a quick look upstairs. Where there? This one, maybe? Okay. It's definitely somewhere in this legal services building, isn't it? Ah, is it this door here? That'll be the one. When they're confronted by someone only when they realise the mistakes after it's too late. Well, yeah, it's... And then it's victim blaming and half apologising. And it's the same for both sides of it, the political spectrum, if I'm honest. They're both as bad as each other. Alright, here's a question. Have I... Oh, there it is. Quickie Mart. Let's delete these. Love to see a simulated grudge match between Russia and all the countries in NATO. Oh, no, 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 no. Russia would get its ass kicked. If Russia didn't have nuclear weapons, it would get its ass kicked, basically. I think especially looking at what's been happening with just one country that's been armed by NATO. You know, there. Because they live in what a lot of people have called a kleptocracy, which basically means people keep stealing stuff rather than actually putting it into, you know, when taxes are raised, it goes into some colonel's pocket rather than into the military itself or into the bits that you need to keep it going, so to speak. And because of that, I mean, that apparently that 4 mile long queue right at the start of the thing was generally because the everything was all the rubber was degraded on the tyres, nothing had been serviced, and of course fuel. Now, to be honest, I think the Ukrainians have played an absolute blinder in this thing. They've outpaced the Russians in every single thing, but then again, it's because they've got ever since Crimea, they've had a military really that can actually think for themselves, and they've gone away from that Russian. You've got to do what the leader tells you mentality to a more, you know, Western, I suppose, military concept, which basically means if you see something, act on it, we'll deal with the consequences afterwards. So you're not going to get up? Okay. I'd love to see, yeah, simulator good match between Russia and NATO. Yeah, I think simulator-wise, I mean, let's just put it this way: is that I think Russian air pilots only have like 100 odd hours, where like to be like any form of American pilot, you've got to at least get, is it like 400 hours in your plane, kind of like for, you know, over a certain period of time. So they're gonna know their planes. Now, China versus NATO, that might be a very different story. Because if I remember correctly with China, is that their military is actually separate to the government. They have their own. I think they may have that same amount of kleptocracy problem that Russia have. So, but they still keep their stuff knickknacks. They've got the money and they've got the people. Hello, I'm here. There's just this one at the back here. I think. I am hearing more, and that'll be one of them. Just making 100% sure there's nobody. I can hear a lot of hissing. Oh, no sneaky pop. Right. Just pop your head down there. I mean, even if it's shorter force, I think Britain would probably end up beating Russia if they came into a fight, because just of all the technology that they've got. I mean, that three-pistoned... no, that's be the reason why I'm hearing all that. That three-pronged missile is absolutely... oh, hello. That is what I'm looking for. Okay, let's know what the weather forecast is going to be. It's going to be invaluable. Man. Right. 99.6. Have a memory of that, guys. 99.6. So that's weather channel, which means that we'll find out if there's a storm coming or... Doesn't seem to be anything going on here. That's okay. The rest of that noise could be something else that I haven't touched down here. Oh. It's peanut butter machete time. So yeah, I'm making some jam. Right, this seems awfully quiet. There you go, that's more like it. Why everyone's hanging around the law building, I do not know. Right, time to make some trouble. Oh, sugar! Didn't even see that one. Man, I'm tired. How I've managed to confuse these guys with a car, I do not know. But I have. Whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, as you may have read, there's no Chris tonight, which is a shame. Because I could have had with him taking some bites for me. He's on holiday, I think, if I remember saying. So, him and his lovely lady friend. And don't jump out the windows anymore either. And do the superhero landing. That used to annoy the pants off me. Alright, we should be coming up to the police station now. Because we've had a restock I suspect that the policey stuff might be working a bit better. Hello! Did I mention I love the machete? Yeah, that was getting a little bit tight there. Recently, I've been tempted to use cheat codes to make things harder for once, specifically using the zombie brush. Zombie brush, yeah, you kind of have to, from what I remember, you kind of have to pick a spot, then you have to define the amount of zombies in that area, and then press the button, and then just hope you don't get swamped like immediately. Don't use the zombie brush correctly, then you're at Pants Creek, really. But then again, you probably do it in admin mode anyway, so that they wouldn't spot you. Jesus Christ. I thought I'd dealt with all these guys down here. Or maybe I'm mixing it up with what's the other place? Ekron at the top there. I always mix those two up. Despite the fact one being absolutely 10 times bigger than any of that. Alright, fair play. Hello. That's a pipe. Thank you very much, madam. I can put that machete away. Save it for a rainy day. Does mean I'm going to have to change my tactics again. I can't run in as much as I have done. In large groups, I mean, I'm going. Of course, I'm going to run in here. It's the Roses, man. I just heard. Yeah, there we go. That group got attracted. There's nothing like line of sight kiting, is there? That make your life that little bit easier. That nice big tree patch there is quite good for running rings around zombies. I'm behind you. I do need to kill more zombies in here, though. Because if I haven't opened up the area, I'm going to need someone with a key. Hiya, Doosan. How you doing? Whoa. Maybe I'll concentrate on surviving first. Don't forget to press that like button, folks. Doesn't matter that much to you guys, but just want to make sure that you two go, hey, these guys think this cool. This guy's cool, man. Oh, there's another one. Oh, if you don't like it, press the dislike button. It doesn't matter. Oh, does it me, to be fair? It still gets the same amount of attention. It'll just hurt personally. In my heart, I will know. Hello. How did you get in there? Unless... Ugh. Okay, there's quite a bit here, actually. You clicked it again and it disappeared. Yeah. You only need to click it. Just click it till it's appeared. God damn it. And to be fair, if you're really feeling generous, you can press that subscribe button as well. Help me with my 600 subscribers. I was at 601, but out of aggregate, whoop. Apparently I'm on +9, even though I've lost one, which is interesting. As usual, I'm mildly unimpressed with the amount of stuff that's in there. Now, however... Oh, hello, you. Come on, you. I've noticed in Drunk's stream, a large % of viewers click like on exit. I've always clicked on entrance and check again on exit. Well, to be honest, for live streamers, and I mean especially live streams, because live streams can make or break some people, which is why Drunk has got so successful, because he's managed to get himself a good broad and interested load of people onto his side. They're there for different reasons, you know. Some people to get the tips, some people to watch him get his comeuppance, because he's a, you know, he talks a big game, does our Drunk, and some people quite like watching him die. Pretty much like, you know, Drunk's Russia and the game's Ukraine. Let's do the old round the tree kite. That didn't go as successfully as I'd hoped. Ah! That that moment when you miss and you piss yourself because you think you're going to die. Then for some strange reason you don't. They're not being nice and falling into a line after one of each other, which makes it a little bit more difficult for me to cream their heads in. Okay, right. I just heard something. Where are you? Okay, that was strange. Right, I've noticed in streaming now. Yeah, live needs immediate interactions. I assume it's not worth much to like at the conclusion. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that I've been listening to stuff that what's his name? Spiffing Brit. I mean, apart from obviously his content is very entertaining and good. The one thing that he always says is that, you know, he's worked out how the algorithm works, and liking a video is pretty much the one way to get yourself more noticed by the algorithm, and therefore it starts taking you a little bit more seriously the more that people enjoy your content. So yeah, subscriptions are great as well, I would have thought, but that's just so. I mean, the nice thing is I've got to 500 subscriptions, which is brilliant for me, because it means I can actually now communicate what's going on with me and so forth. So, and I find that important. I find that if you have subscribers, you want to kind of talk to them, and not everybody's that keen to pop onto a Discord. And to be fair, my Discord is kind of quiet. But not quite in a bad way. I think it's just that I haven't started to attract the chatters yet. That's actually, I haven't had a look at my stats recently. I might have a look at that once I know that I'm safe. I did see that click up in a second. I will read it once I've. Don't like to take my eyes off, because there's been a couple of times where I've nearly got myself killed because I'm busy reading what you're saying. No, that's the problem, though. Just saying, making sure you know that's not a problem. Right, YouTube has a scummy habit of placing more barriers between viewer and creator, devaluing. Yeah. But at least it's not like Twitch, that if Pokimane doesn't like you, that's it, you're gone, sort of thing. So. It's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped using Twitter, to be honest. I mean, despite the fact that the quick bucks is a nice thing when people do tend to donate towards you, but that's few and far between. And you know, a couple of people will give me their what's it called, but I spend half my time sitting there talking to myself. Whereas at YouTube, I've got, you know, several people now to talk to and have a conversation with. So, which ironically makes the stream better because I'm actually engaging with people and discussing with things that people want to discuss, really, and especially now if it, and despite, you know, with all its faults, and I know that YouTube has all its faults, you kind of, you know, it's laid out to you basically. This is what you've got to do before you start earning money. This is how you've got to act. And, you know... And that's if you're one of these people that actually wants to make, you know, make a living out of YouTube. You know, not everybody wants to make a living out of YouTube. That looks like... Is that a player dead? Oh, maybe not. Oh, they broke it in. I only went round the corner. Well, the bell on top of the subscription, if I remember correctly, is not to do with, well, yeah. There are people... How do I... It's very hard to explain. Like, it just generally gives people alarms when I've made content, really. I suppose, if you look at it from one end, there could be someone who's just fine, I'll subscribe it. But I don't want to end up spending half my time being told about what this person does. I'm just subscribing just to support them, sort of thing. I'm not massively that interested in their content, or I'm only interested in a certain portion of their content, but they deserve my subscription because they've helped me with something, especially ones that teach you how to do stuff. When I could stream, I was always listening to audiobooks or Terence McKenna talks. I'd just be silent when it was empty. Well, yeah. I think the one thing I will say from this one is that I will talk regardless. Generally, my habit is just narrate what you're doing, sort of thing, even if it's just so you don't get any dead air. Because if this live stream goes into a VOD, the last thing people are going to want to watch. I mean, with Twitch is a different story because the whole thing is based on live thing, and any videos are going to be gone within like 2 weeks. So no one's going to spot what you've said or done in a while. But with YouTube, it does kind of matter. Right, I'm going to need to sort these guys out. Is there someone back in here in the toilet? No. I don't know why, but I don't like people breaking windows or doors in houses. So I like to try deal with them first. Right. Just going to eat some more chips for the moment. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, I've been at this for 4 years, and it's only been this year, really, that I've picked up on any sort of growth spurt. And that's fine. You know, I'm 40 odd. I have a child. I've got another one on the way. Yeah, I'm not a 20-year-old that spends half their time desiring the attention. if I want attention, all I have to do is just call my daughter and she'll be flying. I know how to entertain young children. It's the adults I have a problem with. I'm a quiet person when drunk. I'm not too drunk and sing. I have to delete it. Never mind, mate. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, because I have agoraphobia, anxiety and depression, I do tend to worry a lot about what my external persona is. I get into mass panics about whether I'm doing the right thing or whether I've said the right thing. I mean, it took me at least a good day to do that little skit that I did with the against the not against it, but just joking about the Earth 2 debacle. I don't know if anyone's heard about that. It's where I don't know if you've heard about Earth 2. Basically, what it is a massive Ponzi scheme. Allegedly, I'll say that very quickly, just in case someone decides to get litigious or whatever. It's a alleged Ponzi scheme. But basically, you buy a this game hasn't been made yet, by the way. You buy a part on it to help pay for all the software development and so forth, and it's literally going to be like the Matrix, where you can do anything, and you'll own that area, and you do what you want with that area, and of course. You can buy as much as you like, but you have to do it. You have to buy their particular dollars, their own Earth 2 dollars, and if you want to cash out, you've got to pay them a premium to cash out, so to speak. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to get more people in, so that you can sell your land to them at a higher price. So you're trying to make money out of it, effectively. So effectively, it's a Ponzi scheme. The person at the top is always the one who's going to get the money. Simple as that. All the time. So, that being said, a couple of internet YouTubers, namely one of them who is probably down my way, especially during his accent, in Midlands accent, he made some criticisms about some of the development parts, and was outright saying that the guy was trying to make simple programming things more complicated. So then this bloke who's running this whole Ponzi scheme thing, alleged Ponzi scheme, sorry, he then challenged him. He gave him a 7-day challenge to create a thing where he followed it, and he'd give him $10,000 if he met all the things. Now, I think you kind of know that this guy, if this guy is running this sort of operation, that he's going to end up reneging on anything that he says he's going to do, or find an excuse not to pay, and lo and behold, he did. But here's the but. The guy who did the program, or he actually went through and succeeded, pretty much in my opinion, everything that he was asked to do. Apart from the fact that he didn't achieve everything he did, because the fact is he didn't read it the way that the person who challenged him meant it to be, apparently, or whatever. But yeah, so this world was absolutely pitch perfect, and the simple fact is he had done that. I think it took him about 3 days to do, and 3 days to do $10,000 worth of work, and he showed what he got, whereas a lot of the other stuff that was been shown. But it's kind of forced this guy's hand, really, because now he's because this guy said, yeah, well, I can do it on one thing. You say you've got like tens of thousands of developers working on this thing. So where is it? Where's your actual evidence? I've done it. And the worst thing about it is that he's trying to diminish this developer, but the simple fact is this developer has now created a world based on on this guy's principles, and it works. So the only thing he's done is actually prove just how quick and easy it is just to get a working prototype of it done. So, yeah. I think with this challenge, he's kind of shot himself in the foot. But, of course, he won't have. But then his whole thing is that because a lot of YouTubers are now kind of ganging up on him, so to speak, because YouTube Java and all that, and anybody who understands YouTube knows what goes on with this sort of thing is people like the entertainment of the drama. So now he's getting backlash and so forth, and now he's saying he's getting death threats. And I always get a little bit cautious about people who get death threats because they never actually show the death threats. They always say, I'm getting death threats. Well, okay, can you show us the emails and the web addresses of the people who are sending you death threats? Or can we make sure that the police gets them, or show the police report where you've reported it to the police? You know, that sort of thing. But no, you're not going to get that, are you? Of course not. So, yeah. So he's kind of thinking that there's this cabal. He calls it this shadow cabal that are after him. And so my little skit was basically me just doing an impression of the Emperor from Star Wars. And saying that I was responsible for it all. Now, I was going to do like a piece where I've explained it pretty much like that, but I just thought, you know what? I'm going to go for the lowest domination and say that the logo looks like someone just about to stroke his penis for a hand job. And remarked on the irony of that, because if the alleged Ponzi scheme is true, people are going to get shafted big time. Right, I do see that someone has written something, but I will... Right. Well, you'd think that, wouldn't you? You see, now if that guy had actually been a clever bastard, he'd have probably said to him, you know what? Do you want a job? But hey, you know. Right, YouTubers must go adding bell on top of description when I could stream. Yeah, well, I'm a quiet person. So yeah, one of those things that are still on paper so far and sounds way too good to be true. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's generally invest now. It's like a Kickstarter without the oversight, effectively. And apparently this guy's made millions. So he's got enough money to actually build this thing and actually employ decent people. But apparently two of the people that are apparently on there have already quit. One of them was allegedly involved in a... in software development that turned out to not appear anymore, if you see my point. Right, I was hoping... I mean, it's good that we got some stuff here, but I was hoping that I'd find a fire axe or two. Yes, I did know that. I did actually know that. It's quite strange, isn't it? If you dent someone's honour, regardless of the truth, you can still be sued. Yeah. Which is why you do it anonymously. I mean, it does amaze me. I mean, to be honest, the Japanese culture is so different anyway. I mean, I've been to Japan, which is amazing. Fortunately, I had someone with me to help me go through the oh my shit, where am I? Tokyo is scarily big, and not just on the point of that I'm scared because I got agoraphobia, but to be fair, back in those days, my agoraphobia wasn't as bad. So before I met my wife, in fact, I met my wife the year afterwards, and it was in 2011 as well when the oh, there's an axe. Good stuff. Right. We've got some fresh firefighter pants as well. Let's shovel that. Firefighter helmet. Probably some more firefighter pants. We'll take those. And that's going to make me quite heavy, isn't it? So we just got to be fairly cautious. I have a bit of a walk on me here, so just got to be careful. Scary big looking. Oh god, yes, it's not just scary big looking on film. The thing is that it takes half an hour to get through from one precinct to the other on a train. Narrow streets don't go to Japan if you don't like narrow streets, because there are some really narrow ones. I mean, my friend and I, we went to Kyoto. We went skiing in a place called Miyako Kogen, which was like an onsen sort of area. So we ended up enjoying some nice hot spring water. And what else was there? And then we went to Tokyo. As much as I enjoyed Kyoto, because that was kind of like old Japan, and Tokyo's like the more modern Japan, I think we kind of regretted that we didn't do more time in Tokyo, because it was just so big. Just so massively big. I mean, we did Akihabara. And we actually went on the day, apparently, that they opened the streets back up after someone had been murdered on the streets or run over or something. So they'd just reopened the thing. It was like, what the hell's going on here? Why is everyone like having a celebration? It's weird. But yeah, I mean, Kyoto was very interesting. I went to the comic book museum, and that had a very interesting part in English that showed you the history of comic books and all the extras. Yeah, that ain't fun. I can imagine that. Well, I know what anxiety feels like, mate. So yeah, I can imagine it's not the best in the world to expose yourself to it. But what can one do apart from grin and bear? It's more likely that I've cleared everything off here. I'll stay this side of the road. Just need to get to the garage so I can put stuff in the back of the car. Perhaps I should have driven the car down, to be honest, but hey. Actually, while we're at it. Right, carpentry 8. How are we doing? Short blunt. Hello. Long blade, we're coming up to 4 on that one. Short blade, okay. Good, when maintenance is going up, I really need maintenance to go as high as I possibly can, so I... Oh, balls. Balls, 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 balls. Sorry if I've gone dead mic there, guys. I'm just concentrating, just trying to work out the best way through here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, I'm just going to have to drop the stuff off here, I think. There's not a lot I can do about this. I'm going to have to sit here, drop these firefighter pants. That sounds very rude, doesn't it? I'm just going to drop my firefighter pants here, down here. Ladies. It might be just a question of actually bringing the vehicle to us. What was my living quarters like? I watched reviews of hotels, sleeper trains and such. Miyako Kogen was a very traditional Japanese set. So you slept on a futon. You had kind of like all the Japanese robes to wear, and it was very traditional. So basically, when we first went there, it was. I'm going to digress. Actually, let me concentrate on what I was going to say. The hotel in Kyoto was above the train station in Kyoto. So it was actually quite modern, and because the train station just been done up, and so that was a quite big, especially because it was 2 of us there. And the Tokyo one was a little bit smaller, a little bit more rundown, but still, yeah. So I think the further you got out of the city, the bigger your rooms were, effectively. So yeah, you got slippers. The thing that really got me about it was the service in there. How do I explain this? Is that you have someone kneel down in front of you and start serving you food like that, and that your brain's going like, what is this woman doing? Why is she just kind of like bowing down to me subserviently like this? It's just like, it just felt so wrong. By the end of the trip, is yes, love, put those down, yes. But you get used to it so quickly. And it's like, but then you get back to Britain and just go. Oof. You kind of think just how mad that kind of service is. But there we go. Right, I think we're kind of okay now. I'm going to have to probably just deal with these groups. Now I'm feeling a little bit more spry, so to speak. And then I can drag these pants. I'll have a bit of that, love. Tell you what, that axe is swinging it if you pardon the pun. Yeah. And then I get a 3. Right. Sometimes I always wonder, you know, I set this thing to know so that all the zombies get killed and nothing gets replaced. No respawns and stuff. Yeah, I still find the zombies are all queuing up. I mean, where did they come from? I'm certainly liking this business where I'm one-shotting these bastards. Almost feels like Katana level of fun. Do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add the solar panels mod to this. That's disappointing. And I'll read you in a second. So let me deal with this first. Okay, Rentanaru, spelling, did a video recently on how Zeds redistribute when you clear an area. I still need to watch it. Yes, I have seen a thing on that, because it has been something that I tend to liken it to water. That, like when you're cleaning a spill on water and you manage to clean up a large portion of it, but then the water then flows back down to equalise it. I suspect what this video is all about is he's probably monitoring the zombie area on the zombie mapper in debug mode, and just watching the spawns go. I still never messed with solar. Well, it's very hard to. I mean, I'm still getting my. I mean, I've managed to get myself in the Snakes mod series. Managed to get myself up to level 3. I still haven't got myself to level 4 yet to actually start playing with them. Self-camp videos. How you doing, mate? Just think how much fun the prison's going to be. If I can get Rosewood fairly clear. And then we can probably run our way through here. That's getting quieter, so... But I have found you can... hotels, especially in Muldrow, all have wall lights on them, which are damn good for getting yourself up a level or two. This is just going to be all detergent, isn't it? Must be a bathroom downstairs somewhere. Either or this door here. That's this one here. I'm suddenly getting some cardiovascular here, aren't I? Don't know why I knew she was going to be there, but I did. Okay, nothing in the way of food there, that's fine. Yeah, that's the key. Getting Rosewood clear. Once you start making noise at the prison, they have to flow and divide you from the time. Yes, I've had that before. Yeah, the Z door knocking sounds are hard to hone in on. Especially on a 2-floor. Yeah, I watched it from the Discord. I knew it was about redistribution. Yeah, as I say, I liken it to water. You know, if you've got a water spill and you clean up part of it, the water's still always going to find its natural level, sort of thing. It works that way. And without sounding bitter, because I'm not, the game cheats effectively. The game will cheat. Not in the way. In fact, I made this point earlier in the week when I was recording next week's Snakes mod, is that it works in the kind of way the same way that the Aliens game did, where the alien knows where you are. It just chooses when to pop out, so to speak. So the zombies always know where you are. It's just about how to manipulate it to make the game a little bit harder. Okay, I'm tired, so these aren't landing as hard as normally. Okay, I might as well pop my way into the supermarket. Grab myself some food from there. I'll check this car as well, see how good that is. I haven't seen a trailer yet, but I haven't gone into the housing area to check that up. Where's that mac and cheese? Because the mac and cheese tends... You don't need to spend half your time. There's another mac and cheese there. Might as well grab it. Right, let's have a sit on the ground for a bit. Let's catch up with chat, shall we? Right, what's that for? Don't know how the other thing interacted with it. No. Didn't know how the other things interacted with it, and now I can get closer to visualising it. Project Zomboid cheat? Never. No, of course not. Also, know they're Romero zombies, but they need to be way dumber based on their pathing alone. Yeah. How's the... Hi, Duck. How you doing, buddy? We're doing all right. We're doing okay. I should trip a follow up more too lol. Quack. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, we're doing okay. I've managed to get my way down to the fire station, and at the moment I'm just resting up whilst I pick up these firefighter pants. And try getting back to the van. Now what's happened is that as I came back, I was a little bit overloaded, which meant that I started getting tired very quickly. And all the zombies decided to flow back into the area where I killed a lot of them. So it ended up being a little bit of a difficult thing, but I just sat down, rested, dropped my stuff, dropped my heavy weights, and I'm now heading back to the van to put the fire stuff in there. There's 3 sets of pants, which are really good for keeping your legs unbitten. Or is that Romero zombies are the classic zombies really? The slow plodders that are just going to find you. Oh balls. Mistakes have been made, I fear. I feel like the A-team here. Bum bum bum. Let's get those firefighter pants out of the way. Apparently I have 13 duct tape. I don't know how much that is actually going to weigh. Oh, what, the one for your teeth? Yeah. I can even whistle backwards when I'm breathing as well. And so I can actually do kind of like a constant whistle. Let me show you. So this is out. Yeah, and then there's the old whistle for the teeth. See, I'm full of talent, me. I should be challenging Pokemon for the sexiest whistle. Maybe not. I'll probably lose to that as well. Even though I think my boobs are bigger than hers. Allegedly. You're going to ignore me, love? Oh. Gorillas chuds with guns. Okay. You might have peeked out the mic there on the out whistle. Did I? Sorry. Just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean it didn't happen, alright? I'm talking about my truth now, not yours. I'm just going to quickly go grab myself a drink and have a quick bio break. How long have I been going for? Oh, yes, it's usually Chris time. That's probably why I'm getting toilet happy. Let me just pop back in here. And I'll hide in this corner like a bad boy. Back in a sec, guys. Now, I think... How did the Amiga Gaming go? It wasn't able to make the stream. I had one person watch me, and that was a friend who's of my age anyway. So yeah, I enjoyed the game. I played Pinball Dreams, I think it was, or was it Pinball Fantasies? One of the two. Played Cyberball 2, and Rockstar Ate My Hamster. I was getting very frustrated with Cyberball 2, though. It wasn't how I remembered it. Let's just put it that way. They're coming for me. They're going to be, ah, no. Now, I'm pretty sure that we may have discussed last week that when I went to Lucasfilm because I was part of a costuming group and stuff. So I've kind of moved out of the organised group sort of stuff into the kind of more hang out with your mates sort of costuming. So I've been very keen to look at using foam to make items, and so my first foray, because my friends will be accompanying me, because I wouldn't be able to do it by myself or anything like that, to an event, and I'm going to dress myself up as Doctor Doom. So I'm just looking at the Pepakura at the moment right now, and it's kind of like a translated Pepakura, because obviously foam has thickness, and I'm just cutting out the templates now, just to make sure, and sticking it together to make sure that my my sizing is right. But I think I'm going to have to end up buying the software rather than using the free version, because I'm going to have to come back and refer to the mask each time. Yeah. It was emulation. The problem with my Amiga is well, on my old computer I do have a kind of like a card that I can pick up external things. So you know, if you want to use like an Amiga or a PlayStation, you could do it from that. But the card takes up a graphics card slot rather than any other, you know, like a PCI slot. So it's a lot harder to be able to do that. I might be able to put it onto my computer. That's because my big chassis here has got shitloads of stuff to attachments and stuff. I think I can put about 6 hard drives on it, and at least 2 solid state ones as well. Well, you don't even need hot wire, to be fair. You can just do it just as long as you've got a sharp knife. You can do it, yeah. And so I've been doing the research on that. Good old YouTube. It's one of the things I like about YouTube, is that you can always find someone who's willing to show you how to do things. But I mean, I'm usually I usually my expertise is with building card props and turning them into fiberglass and then molding and creating stuff. If you're on my Discord, you should be able to see the costuming section where some of my last projects. I did because my friend wanted to do an Eldar from Warhammer 40k. I ended up doing a Harlequin, because they were my favourite figures back in the day. I'd actually like to find those out again. Can I link my Discord? Yeah, just give me a second. Let me just find somewhere safe first. Or let me get in the car, perhaps. Of course it's locked. Ah! Pretty much the same job. Pretty much the same job. Oh, there's an actual key in here. Just give me a second. I will pop in. Shall I just open up another YouTube? YouTuberism. And grab any one of my videos. And hopefully somewhere in here, in the show more. There we go. Copy that and paste that. There you go. Right, where was I? Well, what I've decided to do is that I've kind of done it in a layered system. Is that I've decided that I'm going to buy in as much as I possibly can, because obviously there's a shorter period of time. Usually we have like a year, but because of COVID, this has been one that's we all had an idea of what we were doing, and COVID hit, and we kind of the event was cancelled, and then they kept trying to. Well, first of all they refused to give anyone their money back, sort of thing. So that was one thing, because obviously because it's allegedly a festival, you can't reimburse tickets. That's apparently a thing in the UK, and you can't transfer them either. It's illegal to transfer. It's called what people call ticket touting, but you know, you can't sell your ticket onto somebody else for a higher price. So there's always that. But what I've done is I've got myself one of those morph suits, and I've got a silver one. So if I don't get to do the actual armor pieces on around the body, I'll just at least have the morph suit, so it still looks silver around where the body is. And I've also looked at a green cloak, which you can find on Amazon all day long. The only other issue is going to be the kind of almost poncho-like part that he wears over his armor. But that could be just buying a kind of like a woolen poncho from something, and then just sewing the sides together, or velcroing the sides together. Now, of course, because I used to be a professional wrestler, I don't mind wearing Lycra whatsoever, because I know that Lycra breathes. When you get hot and sweaty, Lycra is your saviour. Pretty much. I'm probably a bit lost as to what's going on here, so I'll keep quiet. I may have said something that is elicited a joke, but unfortunately, my brain has not kept up with the commentary, so I do apologise. It's not you, it's me. Come on, folks, with you. Yeah, so yeah, what I've done is, yeah, I've got the suit. It is fairly easy. And what I aim to do, my big aim is that when I do the armour, I've got to have to do it custom, so I'm going to have to do it, you know, wrap some paper around, tape it up, cut it out, so I've got the template that I can use to make like the armour. But I am going to Velcro the armour to the suit. So if at worst I'll just wear the suit as like fake armour sort of thing, or at best it'll give a silver under part to if I wear the armour on top, so you don't see skin or anything or clothing underneath the armour, so it looks a little bit more realistic effectively. The big ask at the moment is the face mask, which balls. Which is going to be the big bad boy. Getting that done. So that's my primary thing. I've got all the things patched out, and I'm just currently sizing up the templates. But There was this software that there was this thing that I saw. Oh, look, that's cool. Because I really wanted to do Miles Mayhem from Mask. I'm not too sure if you're all familiar with that particular character from the hit TV show, the hit cartoon. It was. I used to have the toys and everything. Anytime you want to, mate. There we go. But he had a... Basically, he's a fat, balding guy. So, fat's pretty much good for me. It's one. Basically, it's very hard for me to find characters because of my weight. I look like the... every time I do a character, I end up looking like they've eaten something they shouldn't. But obviously I did my Mandalorian stuff, and I could actually do, to be fair, I could actually do the new Boba Fett, because basically he's popped on a couple of pounds since the Clone Wars. No relation, I mean, no insult to Tamara Morrison. He's a lovely, lovely man. Not quite Jeremy Bullock, though. That man was an absolute god. He was. The guy who played Boba Fett, by the way, in the films. Also, strangely enough, was in Summer Holiday. Matt Tracker, yeah, that's the one, yeah. So if you imagine a fat bloke in a blue suit, and I was going to make a foam... That was my first foray into foam. That was the first idea I had. But then I was just looking for at least to see if there was any like peppercorn or template stuff, just to make my life a little bit easier. And I went to this one place, and it was asking $35 for software in the end. Once I found out what was going on with it, why it wasn't working the way I wanted it to work, and why I couldn't get the things, and they'd done that on purpose, basically, so that you had to use their software to make sure the templates worked. Which is sort of fair play. But then there's another one, which is $30 called... But you can still use it for free, if you see what I mean. You can use it for free, but it's better to pay for it because you get to save. I think you're not allowed to save using the... using that particular sense. But that's $30, and all you have to do is just do a little bit of extra work. And you can bring in any... So you can go into Thingiverse... and take someone's model and turn that into a 3D item quite easily. And that's pretty much what I did, is that I took a model off Thingiverse and popped it through the Peppercura thing. I will have to go back to it, so that's what I'm kind of thinking. I may end up having to buy the software so that I can refer back to what I've made or all the bits and pieces I've made. Hello, love. You want to come in? I mean, I kind of leave that sort of stuff to my Discord, really, because in truth, I found that I'm releasing a lot of stuff, but hardly any of it's getting watched. So it's. My unboxing videos are usually my biggest ones because a lot of people are interested in that particular box set of games or game or something like that, and they want to see what comes out the box, so to speak. Ooh. Oh crap! Didn't realise there was two people in that box. That's probably why it made so much noise. And then there's her. I will read you what you're saying in a second, guys. So I'm just making sure the house is safe first before I catch up with what's been going on in chat. That's quite interesting that usually I'm Don't have that many people chatting, to be fair. I've always seemed to be the man that attracts lurkers. But no, it's great having some people having a great conversation. So I shall take part very shortly. Let me just lock myself in this room. Okay. Selling a ticket, is that a Britishism? Selling a ticket? No. Selling a ticket. What would you say in America? Well, you know when you buy concert tickets and buy stuff. I don't know what the thing is. Good solution to the thing. Having a couple. Yeah, I think it is anyway. It's hard to exploit. This is how an exploit is found. Is that the kind of thing you paint with acrylics or like spray paint? It's acrylic, if I remember correctly. But you need to make sure that it's all sealed properly first. So I need to get some items to put that. So you kind of need everything to stretch with the rubber, because obviously, but because it's a face mask, it won't stretch as much. Great show, Matt Tracker. Yep, lol, aged up Boba Fett. Yeah, Boba Fett and Darth Maul were workout buddies. I'm not sure about that. No, I've just got to lock you into this. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're trying to lock you into the software. I'll keep that in mind. Good luck troubleshooting. How you doing, man? Is this game worth playing? Ernesto, welcome to the stream. Yes, I think this game is well worth playing. The one thing you have to take into account, though, is the difficulty factor. Now, a lot of people have been playing this game, like myself, for a while, tend to pick up a style of how to do it, and tend to sometimes make it look a little bit easy. It's not an easy game. Expect to die a lot, but learn from your mistakes is all I can say. It's a game that you kind of need to play to learn and learn to play, so to speak. But if you like your games on the tricky side, this is a pretty damn seriously good game. And it doesn't matter. You're always going to make one mistake that's going to get you dead. As long as you don't mind that fact. If you're one of those people that gets rage roid over the fact that you want to, if you want to be the hero of the story, then and stream through people, then fine. It's not the game for you. If you like an open-ended thing where pretty much all your decisions matter, then yeah, this game is absolutely for you. Snunshish, how you doing, man? I'm okay, thanks. Always have trouble to spelling your name though. Well, now I'm here. I find it hard to be being quiet online. That's why I'm not telling you to be quiet. I'm just saying. Usually, I'm not spending that time talking to that many people. It's got some turn-offs for new players. It does, yes. It does have some turn-offs. Sorry to be overloading the chat. Busy night. That's fine. Actually, I love people talking. Given the game intro, this is how you died. It's pretty darn metal. Yeah. It's harder than being the person trying to explain to Vladimir Putin that you've kind of lost the war for Kyiv. Okay. Imagine having to be that poor bastard who, you know, taken out and shot, you know, typical shoot the mailman sort of thing. Oh, metal bar. Good, 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 because I need that. That's going to help. I can put that axe away now. Or should I? Should I put the axe away? Because it has been quite a decent thing, but... Well, that Russian dead... Yeah. Well, seeing as the Moskva is not sunk, really, it's just doing special underwater operations, and the secret test fight Test place didn't set on fire. It's doing special inferno operations. You know, it's hard to find. You know, maybe all these generals are doing special dirt napping operations. Who knows? I don't know why I find it so amusing, but it is amusing to me. I just so what. I mean, as Duck will know, I have issues with Justin Trudeau. I think what he did was reprehensible, disgusting, and beyond any form of reproach or forgiveness. But at least he didn't invade Ukraine. I'll give him that. No, it has not fallen over. I used to actually play a Russian as a bad guy for some wrestling companies. It's only because I had a red singlet, it just made it a lot easier. It's fun to play the bad guy, I must admit. I did really enjoy being the bad guy more than that. And the thing is being upgrade. You kind of upgrade to the bad guy because the bad guy kind of controls the game or the. I mean, it's not so the same like in WWE, but oh crap! Let me concentrate on this first. Yeah, but usually in lower ranks amateur professional wrestling sort of thing, the guys without the experience or the people who look good but aren't very good generally tend to be the baby faces, the good guys, and the ones with the experience tend to be the bad guys because it's easier for them to control the match. But the best thing about it is I used to be zen calm quite a bit because you could really take out your frustrations out on the audience just for shits and giggles, man. Pretty low bar for Canada, but I get it. Yeah. If you ever wanted a Zomboid video game with a depth on par with your imagination, Duck so true. Yeah. An Englishman playing a bad Russian, huh? Yep. Interestingly enough, I actually wrestled. I used to wrestle at the place where this costuming event has been is being held. Now, I know for a fact at the time when I was wrestling there, they had to lower the ring because the ceiling's so low, which meant that there's a little bit of a problem because they've actually put air conditioning in there as well, so they've had to lower the ceiling even more. I mean, you can literally now just touch the ceiling. It's ridiculous. But there's a lot of things in costuming a lot of people call the big builds, where, like, for instance, if you want to do a Space Marine on the massive scale, get some painter's boots or a Wookiee or anything like that, anything that's particularly tall, you're going to struggle getting in there. So you have to... But I just remember, it was actually at that one I was playing the Russian character. And at the place they had like they have their own kind of TV channel, and there's a back room somewhere where they actually record it, so they're doing kind of like a children's program. And to get people on board, we used to be there early and, you know, tout all the kids to, you know, we're going to have a wrestling show tonight. But what we used to do is we used to actually just invade the studio. and they wouldn't know that we're coming. And it was just fun, just getting up, sitting down next to them, and just going, "Oh yeah, you're a pretty one. I like you. You I don't like so much. I might eat you." I was better Russian accent back in those days. Because you kind of have to really get into it. So you're very loud. And I don't really want to do that. Because A, my wife and my child are upstairs sleeping. And B, you don't want me to end up blowing my mic up. The bright flagging. Or the bright flagging of air. Ha ha ha. Right. Now I suspect... Sounds like they're upstairs. Give me a second, guys. I will be with you very shortly. I'm just concentrating on this bit because this is the bit where it's narrow corridors, zombies jumping out on you. Not going to hear any more. I will be with you in a second. Let me shut myself in the bathroom. Right. Ducks the trainings from. I mean, the villain does sound a lot fun than the hero. Does sound a lot fun, just causing havoc and advertising for the event. You know, causing havoc. It's like your filter just gets turned off, sort of thing, and everybody accepts it because they know that you're the bad guy. So they get as much fun trying to put one up over you as well. So. Also, that Alan Rickman as Hans Gruber was probably one of the best movie villains in recent times. Die Hard, yep. Do you know what? He was actually even better as the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin, Prince of Thieves. The one that had Kevin... The one that had the American Britishman. Oh, we Brits make good villains, only because we excel at it. I mean, we've had a lot of centuries of colonisation, so we've had plenty of time to practice being villains. Why am I overweight? Well, because I eat too much food, but no, I'm not talking about that. Oh, it's probably because I've got a metal bar on my thing as well, so might be the axe may need to go into the backpack. And I might have to go to the Kevin Costner, that's the one, yeah. I mean, to be fair, Alan Rickman was just a fantastic actor all round. Wasn't too keen on his Snape. Only because when I read the books, I always saw Snape to be kind of like a conniving, snidely little character. Like a weak man sort of thing, but obviously he bought the he was just too good at being terrifying, whereas Snake was a little bit more pathetic, if you know what I mean. Well, that's how I got it from the books. Oh, there's the maintenance. That's good. That means my stuff will last a little longer. Okay, yeah, that's also fair. Flogging. It was Snape. It was okay. A Snape, a bit mellow. No, I wouldn't. I mean, effectively, I wouldn't see too many people putting that character off quite as successfully as he did. But I wasn't too kind of keen on just that. I suppose basically I read the books before I saw the film, so I expected Snape to be something different, I suppose, in one way. Just in the way that he hid behind his authority. His authority. Yeah, like a bit of a Weasley character, yeah. Not a Ron Weasley character. Oh man. I'm getting all the puns in today, aren't I? Hmm. Well, I suppose Rickman was an effective Snape. He was a good Snape, but just hashtag not my Snape. I mean, the other thing is that Emma Watson as well. If you ever watch that first performance of hers, she's like, oh god, you were so annoying. And she still manages to do that. Now she's, what, 30 or something? That's nice. There's someone stuck in there. So they'll open the door for me. Sooner or later. Ah! Hate it when I miss. Hurry up. Ooh. Okay. I mean, she's like about, what, 15 years younger than me? Something along those lines. I shouldn't complain, really, because my wife's 10 years younger than me. And she loves to say that she was 10 when I was 20. It's like, alright, okay, love. Yeah, it's a long time ago. I mean, someone was basically pointing out to me that the Falklands War was 40 years old. And I remember that clear as day as a kid, because I even had an Action Man, which I think you guys called G.I. Joe. I think, well, actually it was G.I. Joe first, and then we had an Action Man sort of thing. That was pretty much like pretty much sold out on the British Trooper at that point. Because all the kids were like, oh, look at that, they're beating the Argies. I would never try to have a conversation with an Argentinian about the Falklands, or the Malvinas as they call it. Never do it. You'll regret it. I just say that she's the one who's going to have to put my catheter in when in 10 years' time. Look at this. Got myself a lot of stuff here. These garages are really quite useful. The Angel in Dogma. Oh, which one? Oh, yes. We're talking about Alan Rickman here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I quite liked him as well. He also did the voice of Marvin the Paranoid Android, and he was pretty damn good in that one. To be honest, Alan Rickman's pretty damn good in everything that he is. It's just such a shame he died so early. I think he could have done some really good stuff. Apparently he has been in a couple of Duff films, but no one's ever seen them because they're that Duff. Oh gosh, she's moving a bit fast. Come on, you. Oh, I'm good at blanket statements, me. I'm a proper duvet of statements, me. Now, is this the back of... Yeah, that's the back of there. I'm not a big fan of it either. Maybe he means meth. And that would certainly change the question. Where'd you get meth? Yeah. Remember Action Man. Yeah. I mean, when when G.I. Joe went to the 3.5-inch range, because we had Action Man, we ended up having Action Force instead of G.I. Joe. But because sometimes it was cheaper to import stuff, you get Action Man and G.I. Joe stuff sitting next to each other on the shelf. And of course, when you're a kid, you don't quite know what the internet can teach you right now about, you know, I mean, British kids didn't know G.I. Joe from Adam, so it was just like, who's this? Why is he just going for a trip? Oh, hello. Must have made some noise up here. So it was just like, what the hell's this G.I. Joe thing? In fact, I remember having an Action Force box think it was a snowcat or something like that. And it was an Action Force box, but it had G.I. Joe stickers on it. And that was like, but this is not G.I. Joe, this is Action Force. What's going on here? Me and my mate, when we were younger, really got into G.I. Joe figures or Action Man figures or Action Force figures. But there was a pound shop, or kind of like dollar store stuff, and you could get the old waves of Action Force figures for like 50p. So a lot of my figures were from that range. The only problem is I discovered that you could take them apart, and I like to mix and match their heads and bodies, which has led. I really regret doing some of the shit that I did to my toys. I really do. Mac and cheese. Let's eat this mac and cheesy. Eat. Oh, right. Let's see what everyone's been saying. His power was bullet time kind of thing, right? Not sure. So come to change the tone of the statement. Gotta love meth. In 10 years, lol. What if once you need a catheter, you regret not using one sooner? I don't know. It just means all sex is all over anyway. So that's but at least no more kids have come. Based on the process, I highly doubt that's ever the case. G.I. Joe, oh boy, this is great. Have you ever seen the bad lip reading for G.I. Joe clips? I haven't. I have seen a lot of the bad lip reading for some of the Star Wars stuff. The G.I. Joe clips I haven't quite seen, no. But I'm sure they're quite amusing. Obviously, because time constraints and depression kind of makes me very lazy. I like to think lazy, but just I lose enthusiasm quite quickly, I suppose is the best way of saying it. But, I think I've looked at this road before and it goes nowhere. It looks like it's been extended for something on a later date. But it actually goes nowhere. Unless they've actually updated it, because obviously with the Louisville... Am I just hot? Hold on, let me have a look at my temperature. Okay, I am very hot. Right, I'm going to have to take off some clothing. Let's unequip that. I might change my helmet for a hat for the moment. Obviously, it's a policeman's helmet. It's retaining a lot of heat, by the looks of it. No, I don't think there was anything that way. Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about. I used to take them apart. I have got back into repairing them now. I've been getting some like rubber gaskets to replace the rubber. Because I know that some dick has decided that they're going to sell like kits to repair them on YouTube. They're just collecting all the bits and pieces that you need and then selling them for a premium. Which I suppose is, you know, that's just commercialism, isn't it? Well, I'm bringing the temperature down, which is good. The only problem is, I'm not as armoured. Now, I'm willing to bet that's a bread knife. Of course it is. Almost 30 degrees freedom units. Ah, God, man. You do realise all those units are actually invented by Britain, don't you? They're colonial units. I'm actually quite surprised that I've spent half this time actually clearing out this place, and I haven't done too bad a job, if I'm honest. If I do say so myself. Right, yes I do need to turn up there, because we now got the little suburb over this side as well. That's not a knife, mate. This is a knife. I say I clear them out, but they're still going. I've never played Elden Scrolls, whatever it is. I hear his explanation trying to take credit for American units. Well, it's called the Imperial system for a reason. Just saying. Trust me, usually it's been made by Britain, just bastardised by America. That's how it works. Look, if we can't agree on a standard measurement scale, how the hell would we be able to colonise the planetary body with issues? That's fine. I'll be honest with you. I don't have much trickery. I'm just joking. I'm surprised you've managed to effectively clear so as you keep up with chat. Yeah. I suppose it's kind of knowing the game a little. Is that once you've got yourself a little safe space, so to speak, you can kind of at least look over. And I have the chat screen in my peripheral vision, and I can see it moving, like just then. And once it's safe, there we go. Down you go. I'll go have a quick read. To be fair, science stuff usually defaults to Kelvin. Poor Kelvin. What has he ever done to everybody? I mean, not that I'm bigging it up or anything, but Jesus Christ, how many brides were here? Was it a lesbian wedding? Oh, crap. Looks like a lesbian wedding and a normal wedding. They must have double booked or something. Obviously, the superior ranking. Okay, now you're just talking dirty talk. Get out of my head space. Mormon wedding. Could have been a Mormon wedding. Yeah, Moran. I read that as Mormon, but then looking at it again, a Moran. Okay. Maybe they were all just stupid. There's an Ickle Wickle house over here. Let's go see the Lickle Wickle house. Hello, Wickle Wickle house. Oh, look over there. There's some zombies having a rest. I do not know why I'm talking in this voice. I really don't. Yeah, you blame the autocorrect. Okay, we got a drift. And they will have spotted me. God damn it. Okay. Oh. Damn COVID. Everything gets blamed on COVID. To be one of the few ever female television repair people. The wedding was okay, but the reception was fantastic. I know. Not only have I let myself down, I've let you down as well. You started it. Just saying. To be fair, I don't know what the latency is on this thing, so I have no idea. If what I'm saying or doing is actually having any effect. Oh, is that an open garage? It's an open garage. Nice. Newspapers, not so nice. Hello? Anybody in here? My dad joke is strong, basically. Oh, that's what's going on. Whoa! I fat fingered the crap out of that one, man. Didn't even hear him. Was it 99.6 was it that we wanted to set it to? Tune in. There we go. Got it, yep. So do they give you like a book full of jokes at the hospital, or does it get mailed to you? No, it's actually like broadband. You get psychically downloaded. It's high-tech stuff, this dad joke stuff. I honestly thought I was going to get bitten then. What time is it? Oh, we've got about an hour. Yeah. It was on one of the it's on one of the radios further in town. Have a quick look at the old map, shall we? I think I've actually been here, haven't I? Wasn't this where I got the black car? Or am I just making it up as I go along? And is that the school? That might be the school down there. But I haven't been around this area because it's still slightly dulled out, but I have apparently been around this area. And that's a lot of zombies. I hate this angle because you never can quite tell. Unfortunately, I do have the green light equals go thingy. That's everybody. pipe there. Now, I do have the machete. But I'm trying my best not to do that until I can find a couple more. We have had a respawn of items, so I will probably need to check some of the hardware stores and stuff like that usually has machetes and stuff. You know, it generally tends to be gun stores now, I think. There should be a broken down ambulance just up the road. Sorry, let me have a look at this. I think I've... Oh. I think I've... Oh. Well, let's let me deal with this guy first. Right. Does it get mailed to you or damn you figured out the way to station? Yeah, gets cool, figures it out. That's the place you got the nice phone. Yeah, I think. Just realised I fell out of sync by 1 minute 20 seconds, but otherwise stream looks great at 1080. There should be broken down ambulance just up the road. Or watching through mobile. Okay, John, thank you very much for letting me know. I do want to make sure that everybody gets a decent video. I mean, it's taken me time to get to where I am. So, I mean, I've got myself a Shure one. I haven't got the SM7B, which, you know, is kind of like the industry standard for streamers. But I have got the smaller one, the SM7, something like that one, which actually can be used as by USB. And just to get the sound a little bit better, I've from what I've heard, is I've actually got an SM7B cover on the over the top because it actually fits, interesting enough. And so that just keeps the microphone a little bit further away from my yapping lips. Man. I was a little bit worried there, to be honest. Hi, Amago. Don't speak English very much, but I'll do my best. Oh, please feel free to. I mean, if from Argentina. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So it's Portuguese. Is it Portuguese? Your native speaking language, or is it Spanish? I can't remember. Just don't mention the war. Yeah, welcome. You're more than welcome. If you have any issues, just use Google Translate or just pop it as you'd say it. Someone on chat might just end up Google translating it for you anyway, and letting everybody else know what you've said. You know, no hassles, no worries, no issues. We're all good here. Spanish, okay. So I do know. Dos grandes cerveza, por favor. So, that's me. That's me sorted for a good time in Argentina. Well, these are police officers. Is there a police guy around here? Maybe. There's another nightstick there as well. See, I think we've had this discussion before, but my mum My mum used to learn Spanish or was taught Spanish when she was a kid. Nowadays, basically you had French. You learned French, and that's it. No Spanish, but if you were a clever kid, you could learn German. Wonder why Spanish lost the love of in the UK for learning a language. What did Spain ever do to us to make us do that? Or make our education system do that? I'm going to eat some chocolate. A couple of empty gas cans. And some spare engine parts. So it might be an idea for me to bring the car down this area once I've cleaned it out. When you're at school. Duck, are you from the UK or are you from the USOA? I can't remember. And if you're from the UK, what are you doing up at this time, you nutter? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I suppose in one way is that because you're pretty much on top of a Spanish and Portuguese speaking country, you'd probably have those different. Oh, hello. You'd have those different choices, like Japanese is a speaker for people in Australia. In fact, when we were talking about when I went to Japan, there were a lot of Australian and New Zealand students over there. Learning their crafts, so to speak, or learning the Japanese. So, but actually, there were quite a few Americans in the kind of like more popular places like Tokyo and stuff like that. That were there. I think it's probably because there's a lot more English spoken in Tokyo than any of the other places. So. I've always said to myself, if I ever had 3 wishes, one of those wishes would be able to speak every language and understand every language in the world that existed. Because I always find communications the brightest and the best. Unless, of course, you're an employee at Twitter. Washington State, okay. Hi, elites. Hola. Well, let's see if we can find this ambulance we're talking about. Let's clear out the outside area. That does look familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I got the black van from here, didn't I? But I don't know if I visited the school. I think the broken down ambulance was Riverside. Yeah. Do I speak any Gaelic? No. I can speak a little bit of Welsh, but that's about it. My granddad was Welsh. And you do pick up a bit Welsh, but Gaelic, not so much. I mean, even though my wife is Scottish. Or Scots, if you're going to get pedantic. Yeah, I think we got the van from here, didn't we? And this place is properly filled out with zombies, isn't it? Whoa! Do you know what would be a nice touch? Because I know sometimes you have to clean blood off stuff. Is that most traffic police officers in Britain carry a bottle of Coca-Cola with them. And the reason that they do that is because Coca-Cola actually gets blood out of tarmac. Any more? Got these guys down here. Okay, let me have a quick look at what people are saying. I may be mistaken on the ambulance. Honestly, all the houses look. No, I think it was Riverside with the thing. I'm excited for peace tech that translates in real time fast enough to be what we imagine it to be. Yeah. Welsh is a language. Yep. Totally thought it was a rough accent. No. A microwave. It actually has a little bit of humour in it. A microwave is called a pop tipping. There's a lot of L's in the Welsh language. And it's still a spoken language. It's mostly spoken in the north of Wales, where the south of Wales tends to be more English spoken. Cardiff is kind of like the capital of Wales, like Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. So you generally tend to get a lot more English speakers down there because people tend to move there. And our driving licence vehicle association, the people who put out all the cards and manage the registrations of cars and stuff, their main areas down there. So you get a lot of people living in Cardiff to work there. The north of Wales is a lot more rural. Right. Did I have a metal pipe? Yeah, there's a metal bar there. Not sure if they're still here, but does Argentina have some crazy import tax like Brazil? A potter pin, interesting puff, much worse than Brazil. Not so much for importation, but for currency exchange in general. I think it must be a general South American thing then. If I wanted to buy a game on Steam, for example, I would have to pay 65% tax. Jesus Christ! And I thought 20% VAT was bad. How are you guys doing for COVID now? Because, I mean, I know in Britain, I wouldn't say it's exactly eradicated, but it's not the life-threatening nightmare that it has been. How's Argentina and all the Latin countries coping now? Because I know some of them were pretty damn scary at one point. That's why Steam games are so cheap in Argentina. Oh, you got your own platform, have you? All right. Okay. Right. So is it because Steam's an American thing? It's kind of like classed as an export or an import. So therefore, the tax is a lot heavier than if, say, Steam was located in Argentina, then you'd get less taxed for it. Is that what I'm reading there? Because I know Steam kind of works with a lot of companies, because I tried to buy this game for someone in America, just to say thank you for helping me out and stuff like that, but I couldn't do it because apparently the tax differences. Oh, there we go. There's some more friends. Friends! I mean, Steam has localised them pretty heavily. If you look at Eastern BBC states, block states, sorry, Steam is way cheaper. Yeah. Unless, of course, Steam has refused to provide them with any sort of thing. That's why, because I'm pretty sure this game has a lot of Russian people working on it. Although the main guy apparently is French, that's RJ. I really have to get back into doing the editing as well. I know there's been a lot of updates since the Louisville one, and I think people are a lot of waiting for stuff. And my problem is I picked an area that pretty much everybody and their dog likes to pick because it's easy to place. Oh. Right, the question is, have I actually gone to the school? And does this say... No, it looks like I've opened that door. No, somebody has. Now, if you're wondering what I'm doing here, is I'm just using the button to scan out. Let's eat some peanuts. That wind's still blowing in, isn't it? Well, we'll find out, because if the doors are open and stuff, or if something's broken open, I've probably been there. But a lot of the buildings around the other side of the school are marked out on the map, so... Or, sorry, not Ghost of, you know, Fog of Ward. You can tell we're getting near a school, though. It looks like two herds there, that's why it looks so big. Oh, was not seeing that. Well, balls. Right. Time to kite and misdirect, shall we? I'm not getting much of a break today, am I? Just keep on making friends, don't I? I mean, Jesus. Last time I was this popular, I'd paid for the bar. Have I ever tried boiled I read that wrong. Ever tried boiled? No, I've had roasted, what we call monkey nuts. Are the kind of like the peanuts that are raw, aren't they? But I've never had them boiled. Are they soft? Do they go soft or something? If I didn't charge head first at the thing, you wouldn't be entertained, alright? I must admit, I am starting to get a little tired, so mistakes... Oh, sugar. So I'm proper making mistakes. Bull peanuts are more of a Southern American thing. Honestly, pretty damn gross. Are they? Oh, okay. Well, what does boiling do to its texture? Does it make it soft? Is it like a pea or a bean or something? Or because part of the part of the attraction of a peanut is its crunchiness, and I do like salted peanuts, but to be fair, I do quite like roasted monkey nuts or peanuts in the shell that have been roasted. They're quite nice. But boiled, I've never even thought that would be a thing that people do. Oops, looks like I had a can of chilli out already. I was trying to eat my carrots, man. How dare you? How dare you interrupt my mealtime? These zombies really don't have any decorum, do they? Yeah, have a tin can, mate. So they're boiled in the shell. Okay, the actual peanut does soften up considerably. Okay. Served up hot. Okay. Oh, to be fair, I'm not a big fan of kind of like raw peanuts anyway, what we in the UK generally call monkey nuts. They kind of have to be roasted for me to enjoy them. So, unless you had plenty of salt with it, I probably wouldn't like it. Ooh. But, let's just say one thing. If it was offered to me, I'd at least try it once. I don't have a peanut allergy, so I'm okay on that front. Oh, there's a burnt out house there. Quick look at the old Maparoonie. Yeah, because this bit here I haven't done. And all these bits around here that haven't been done either. And then there's the farmsteads, but I don't really have anything to offer, I think, personally. Apart from maybe some farming implements. Well, the door's open. So there's a good chance either I or Chris have been in here. Don't forget, this is a server where some people also have access to it, so... And if I remember correctly, I did find a dead man's stash around this area as well. I like boiled potatoes out of all the ways they can be made. Okay, fair play. Fair play. I'm very much a roast potato fan, man. Or chips. Chips is good. Now, here's the thing. My sister's apparently the same. We had a big discussion about this. Is that the difference between chips and fries and how you... Yes, I've been here before because I remember I raided this... I raided all these bookshelves, didn't I, when we needed them. Oh, hello. Yeah, my sister and I have a thing. Now, chips is, I believe, what Americans would call steak fries. So big chunky chips. That's British chips, sort of thing. I always eat those with salt and vinegar. But if they're kind of like, fried sort of thing, like a small thing, it's just salt on its own. I don't know why, but it just tastes better that way. I saw you coming in, mate. I don't blame you. The weather's pretty rotten, but at the end of the day, I kill you. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. No, sneak. The ball, salt and pepper, butter, delicious. Oh, buttered, but yeah. Some salt, pepper, and butter. Well, but butter makes everything taste nice. True steak fried are thick, maybe a little bit soggy. Right, so I haven't visited these houses down here by the looks of it. And because I'm a completionist, okay, sounds like my daughter might need some milk. So I shall be back in a very short shake of a mammoth tail. So let me get somewhere safe and I will sort it out. Alexa, stop. I'm just going to close that curtain. Just in case. Right, I'll be back very shortly. Just going to sort out my daughter, and I will be back in very short. Sorry. Hold on, let me turn the... Just hold on. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Not too long left anyway. I'm hungry. Of course I'm hungry. So I'll eat these canned chili. So let's bring up the chat on the screen because it comes up faster than it does on my slobs, as they call it. OBS. Don't know why, but it just does. Oh, great. Just what I needed. I mean, where did they come from? Stop harassing me, man. Really bringing me down. Okay. It's crazy you can keep such late hours. I'm dead tired by 10 PM. I've been a morning person, so well, yeah. Well, I do have to get up really early tomorrow morning. The issue with me is that I have really irregular sleeping patterns due to my depression and my medications and lots of issues, basically. So sometimes I will, will not sleep and have not been able to sleep for loads of time. And then there's... Why do I feel like I've been in here? And there's other times when I can't sleep at all, obviously. It does help that because of my issues, I'm not really working. So I'm kind of stuck at home crying over spilt milk and stuff like that. So not the best place to be, but when you're fast asleep for 24 hours, it's very hard to hold a job. I mean, I used to work with my dad because he was the only one who tolerated my hours. But obviously, when COVID hit, he wasn't able to, or the business wasn't able to afford my salary, so to speak. So he just had to end. No his fault, really. Just happened. So yeah, that's did these two commit suicide, do you think? A murder-suicide? Anybody remember that film that was based on the Stephen King novel where there was like this mist that had come up, or a fog that come up? Was it called The Fog? I'm not sure. And they all ended up going into this superstore, and this woman ended up going like super crazy and turning everyone batshit insane, like sacrifice them to the demons and stuff like that. And there's, I think that has got to be the one moment that has really, really got me. Was that like they're in the fog, the car's broken down. The car's broken down, and they're thinking, "Oh shit, there's the mist." That's the one, yeah. That ending, man. Ah, what a noodle scratcher that one is. always bugged me, that ending. I wonder if it's the one that I'm reading where the tanks come along and he's basically killed everyone in the car and he doesn't have any bullets left for himself. So he thinks he's sacrificing himself, but in the end he finds out it's the army and he literally just waited a few seconds. There's fresh lettuce. That's, okay. If I have a bowl here... Do I have a bowl? Bowl. Right, I'm on a mission to find a bowl. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some pretty shitty endings for films. I suspect that Chris might have been around here. Of course, now I'm looking for a bowl. Will I find one? That's Chris. Found a Chris. Hello, Chris. Well, now we can say that the live stream is complete. I have killed a Chris. How does a man make a salad without a bowl? Well, anyway, my day's complete. I have killed a Chris, and that makes me happy. So I'm... Oh, Christ. Right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself and do an on that note sort of thing. Well, of course he...
Killing Chris makes my day.
Right. So he obviously had been down here at some point, so... Did I just hear a... Didn't ask for your participation, mate. I'm going to go in the bathroom. I think it's going to be safer in there. Right, guys. I think on that note, I'll pop myself into admin mode as well, just to make sure that while I'm doing my outro... Just want to say, if you've been watching, please press that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. Just helps YouTube know that you really think my stuff's cool. And I hope to see you soon. As for the other guys, if you're watching this as a VOD, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you like, press that like button. If you dislike what you dislike, press the dislike button. But please pop something down in the comment section to let me know how I can improve my content for you. If you like what you see, why not press that subscribe button? And if you super duper like it, why not press that bell icon so you get updated every time I upload new content to YouTube. So you guys have a good night. And for my live stream, guys, thank you very much for spending the time with me. I really appreciated talking to you guys. It was really good fun. Had some really good conversations as well. Some rather strange ones as well. But yeah, you take care, guys, and you have a good night. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.